Challenging Platinum Director Ruby. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, how come the clapping is half? One more time. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ruby Rice. I'm a Challenging Platinum Director. And I'm very thrilled to tell you that I'm developing a group of associates to be built in Singapore as well as in Indonesia. Tonight, I want to welcome you for this AVITA business presentation. Yeah. Now, you're going to be listening from one of the experienced leaders of AVITA. Then I forgot my script. No. I was telling her, she was telling me, Ruby, we better write, we better practice. I said, okay, we do that. Then I've been reading, and I will just chuck it aside. But I'm very pleased to tell you that the lady the speaker I'm going to introduce to you is from Philippines. And she's now living in Singapore with a husband and two handsome sons. Formerly, she was HR director from a Swiss company. And now, because she said, I want more time for my family. I want more time for myself. So she's now a successful entrepreneur with more than 2,000 associates and is growing. Yeah. Not only in this region, but also in the other part of the world. But before I forget, I want to welcome the Zoom guests. Yay, I didn't lose you. I didn't miss you. Yeah, we also have Goose. Yeah. And on a personal note, I want to describe her as somebody with a lot of C's. Number one, she's very confident. Number two, she's very comforting. Yeah. Number three, she's very creative and very inspirational. And one thing that I knew about her recently, she loved to exercise. Every morning she sent me a picture. She's carrying a 5-kilo bell. And then after that, a 10-kilo bell. And then after that, a 15-kilo bell. Because she said, every time, Ruby, you put in more and more effort, you will become better. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm very pleased to welcome our Diamond President. She's smiling now. Where is the wording? I don't have the wording, Yeah, Gina Ilarde. Okay? Thank you. Isn't she great? Can we all give her a round of applause? Just in time. Okay. Thank you once again, everyone. Our lovely speaker has forgot to give you time to mingle around and, kind of like meet each other. So I would like to do that before I begin. Can we all stand up and try to remember at least 3 names that you do not know, huh? 3 names around, introduce yourself. And for those of you in Zoom,
All right. See, now they're taking pictures some more. Taking pictures. Very good. Okay. Let's try to settle down. Okay. Very good. Very good. Give yourselves a round of applause, everyone. How many of you in this room have gotten to know at least, okay, I'll wait for everyone to settle down. I know in Avita, this is part of our culture. Once you get everyone to meet each other, it will take at least an hour. So how many of you here, by the show of hands, have at least met three new friends? Make three new friends. Oh, very good. Isn't it lovely that at least tonight, in our little event for tonight, you will go home with at least three new friends. Give yourselves a round of applause. And I'm very pleased to welcome also not just our guests and friends from Singapore, but we also have Jack all the way from the Philippines. Give him a round of applause, Mr. Jack Wong. So I'm very honored to, Jack is in my team, so I'm very honored and happy to welcome here, as well as all our new friends attending here for the very first time, as well as our seasoned guests here in Avita. So this evening is going to be a very casual conversation. I'm going to be sharing with some of you together with a couple of friends as well later on who I'm going to bring up on stage to share a little bit of their nuggets of wisdom as well. Thank you, Ruby, for the generous introduction. Again, for some of you who do not know me, let me introduce to you a little bit about myself. But before I do that, the title of my talk is what? Unlock the power of leverage in a business. When we talk about leverage, does this thing come out in your mind? How many of you know this? Mechanical engineer. Oh, we have the same teacher in school, huh? Whenever I hear the word leverage, by the way, some are asking me leverage or leverage. It doesn't matter. It's just American English and the other one British English. It's just like tomato and tomato. So it doesn't matter how you pronounce it, leverage or leverage. Okay. But leverage is my topic for tonight. I'm very, very appreciative of this word after I come across the Avita business. And this particular image is very impressive on me when I talk about leverage because it talks about making work easier, right? When we were in primary school, we were taught about using a form of a wood or a plank to carry load, using a fulcrum somewhere and then applying a force. So there are many different forms of leverage. This is just one of it. But for me, leverage means the means of doing something easier, no? Of making life easier. And what a beautiful word to describe doing business. Because as we all know, how many of you here have experienced putting up businesses? Whatever type of business, raise your hand. Jack, come on. I know you have like millions of businesses. Many types of businesses, quite a lot of you. But for those of you who do not have any experience in business, it's also okay. It's good for you to listen to my sharing, and hopefully I will be able to share a little bit of my experience, and in so doing, help you be able to gain some knowledge and wisdom as well. Oh, wow. This is me. 2012 was like what? How many years ago? 12 years ago. This is when my youngest son was newly born. He just celebrated his birthday a few days ago, his 12th birthday. This was the time when 2012 was a very momentous year for me. It was pivotal year for me. 2012 was the time I decided to leave my corporate job. Wow. By the way, in Zoom as well, I need to look at the camera from time to time. In Zoom, by the way, please open your video so I could also see your beautiful faces. I know we have some people opening their videos, so try to open it so that we can interact and see each other too. So this was very important for me because I was infertile. I couldn't give birth for about 7 years. My husband and I tried different ways and means to have children, treatments and all that, and we couldn't have any baby. But deep in my heart, I know I'm meant for motherhood. Whatever it takes, I almost went into adopting. I almost, I had a picture of the baby boy I was supposed to adopt. But you know what happened? Lo and behold, that month that I'm supposed to process it, I was pregnant. I became pregnant after 7 years. So maybe God, the universe is telling me that, don't worry, I'll give you your own. So I was always, interested and curious about motherhood. So when I got these two beautiful angels, I decided I want to spend more time with them. Really, when something precious, you've been longing for years, and suddenly it came, not just one, but two, you wanted to spend time with them, right? And so that was my simple goal. I want to spend time with them. That's all. I want to be there for them, to care for them, and to be there and available for them whenever they need me. Of course, there's also, no judgment here. I also honor mothers and parents who are working as well at the same time caring for the kids. And but for me personally, I just wanted to have that time, freedom to spend with my boys whenever I want to. So 2012 was really pivotal for me. And so, what's the next best thing after, working? I thought I must be on business, right, Sir Jack? I must go into business so that I can have more time. And of course, financial freedom as well. So I ventured into different types of businesses in the Philippines. Why Philippines? Ask me why. Because although I've been living in Singapore, I know that putting up a business in Singapore is exorbitant. It will really be very, very expensive, right? For those of you in Singapore, just renting a place. And at the time I was working as an HR director, I know how difficult it is to get manpower in Singapore, especially to do jobs like service industry or staff and all that. Hiring foreign workers is going to be a very, very big headache. I knew that. I went through that when I was an HR director for a company. So I said I better start businesses in the Philippines, hoping to go back sometime somewhere down the road and build an income. And so I put different businesses. The first time really is a computer rental shop. Back then, many, many years back, not a lot of Filipinos own computers. And so we thought it's going to be profitable to have a shop that has computers where they can rent per hour and things like that. But my place is located in Marikina. For those Filipinos who know what Marikina is susceptible to flooding. It's one of the lowest areas in Metro Manila. And so in one of the biggest typhoons in the Philippines called Ondoy, everything was wiped out. the flood was almost to the ceiling. So all the computers were wiped out, and yeah, we're not able to recover it back and start again. Then the next thing I put up is a spa. It was a business that was introduced to me. By the way, back then I was just desperate to have a business. I didn't even think about a proper business. Whenever someone come to me and offered me a business opportunity, I would just go and dive into it. My only motivation was to earn money and to be able to afford the time freedom to be a full-time mom. So that was only my motivation. I don't have a proper evaluation of what a good business is and what a business that will be suitable to my lifestyle as well. So my brother-in-law asked me to do a spa. I also go into spa business, and you can see I was sharing with them how I am just wanting to do business. The name of my spa is what? Spa. You can see that there was no creativity there. I was just rushing and doing things without proper planning and strategizing. I also went into dirty business, dirty laundry at that. So I was doing laundry for hotel in Marikina, and it's quite profitable because at the time I was renting the place together with my spa. So my spa and my hotel laundry business is just one, is just beside each other. But then again, there were a lot of problems that we encountered in this business, in particular for my spa. The staff that I have hired was not there, and in the spa and the laundry, the staff that I hired were not always there, consistently. So the customers were not taken care of, and these are industries who are very much focused on customer relationships, right? So because they could always find another spa, they could always find another laundry shop. It's not unique. There's no competitive advantage. So when the customers are not taken care of, they will just go to another shop. So it wasn't it didn't survive. I also went into subleasing a building. Together with a group of friends, we found a dilapidated building in Quezon City, and we renovated it, and then we sublease it, thinking that, it's going to be easy. We're going to sublease it and we're going to earn some profit from it. But little did we know, it was difficult to take over an old building. That's when we started to find out there's problems in plumbing. There's a lot of problems in an old building, and we ended up having our costs more than what we anticipated it will be. And with bigger costs, we thought we can recover as well, but finding out tenants was also quite difficult. So we're bleeding cash every month. We're like paying the landlord for that venture, but we're not getting enough cash flow. We do not have enough income. And after some time, we decided to fold it, because running a business, if you do not have deep pockets, sometimes it could take months or even years to get your ROI. And so we decided that enough, and folded it one by one. You would ask me, so how did you feel after that? Of course, pain la. Hard pain la. It's hard-earned money that I have had from my corporate job, the savings I have had. But then looking back, I said I'm also grateful, because I find it a stepping stone or a learning for me. I probably would have not appreciated what I have right now in AVITA if I had not had the failures or the experiences I have had here. So it's not really a failure. I call it a learning or a stepping stone in my life or my entrepreneurial journey. Okay. And so my business lessons, if I would summarize it, is lack of focus. If you notice, different industries, right? From the laundry industry to spa and all that. There's really no a connection whatsoever amongst each and every one of them. And so with lack of focus, lack of branding, it was a lot of learning. It was a steep learning curve for me as a newbie entrepreneur because I had to suddenly learn all these trades at once. It was a lack of system because everything I started from scratch on my own. I was so proud and naive to think that my many years, my almost 2 decades of corporate experience, I thought I can do operations, I can do management, I should be okay, but it's different. It's really different when it is your own business. And if you do not have a system, you will bound to be sucked in with all the operational issues and spend time and money in all those and not being able to focus on what matters most, which is generating customers and sales and this for your business. There was also no mentorship. I was doing everything on my own. And there was lack of meaning and fulfillment. Like what I said, I was only driven by earning money, by having the time freedom and nothing more. For me, it's just another business that I can earn money from. That's all. Okay. So thank God that I was able to. After that, my husband said, "So what do you want to do now?" Said, "Do you want to go back to working?" I said, "Of course not. Remember, my goal is to spend time with my children, right?" So then I remember I was already consuming AVITA products at that time. It was introduced to me by this good friend, Elsie and Glenda Talavera. And so I said, I'm already consuming it. I believe in the products. Why not? This time I look into AVITA in another perspective, in a business perspective. So I said, it's a good product. Maybe there's a business that I could better look into the business opportunity behind it. And there is my first soaring eagle, together with one of our leaders in Indonesia, PD Angga. Angga is there. Hi, PD Angga. So together with my mentor, Joey Tan, who's over there. Joey, can you stand up and be recognized as well? Without the guidance of Joey, I wouldn't be where I am right now. I draw a lot of wisdom and inspiration from mentorship. So mentorship is really very important in starting a business. And over time, as years progress, I've met a lot of wonderful people in AVITA. Other than Joey, I have a PA Alvin Yong, PA Josephine, DP Shuling, and many other leaders here in AVITA. I was also blessed to have many downlines from different walks of life. Have doctors, engineers, homemakers, and really I'm very appreciative. And even until now, I learn a lot from them. One of them is here, Mr. Jack Wong, a seasoned entrepreneur in the Philippines, through Dr. Jonah. So I really sometimes I want to pinch myself. How could I meet all these wonderful people? If I am not doing AVITA. So AVITA really has allowed me, like what happened to you tonight. You're able to meet at least 3 new friends. Over the years, I've met a lot of wonderful people, not just in Singapore and the Philippines, but even in New York. As far as USA, we have nurses and downlines from USA to London and even to Nigeria and other parts of the world. Okay. So it has become more meaningful to me. My goal to have more time, freedom for my family, to spend more time as they were growing up. I couldn't have done it without AVITA. So let's give a round of applause to AVITA. So over time, I was able to gain my or build up a strong network of more than 2,300 now and growing in at least 12 countries. With a sales turnover of 10.4 million plus. But my really motivation is to leave a legacy nurturing the next generation of network entrepreneurs. So without all the leverage that I can get, I wouldn't be able to achieve this. I tell you, I like what I have said. I myself were not able to build up or to build strong traditional businesses, but over in AVITA, through the help of or through the leverage aspect of AVITA, I was able to build success here. So this is what I'm going to share with you, because the leverage aspect of the Avita business has been made available for me. But I want to tell you that it's also available for you, for each and every one of you, depending on whether you want to jump into it and you wanted to be a part of it. Okay, so now I'm going to summarize it into 5 different leverage areas. By the way, this is entails manpower. That means you have to use that exactly like that. You know, we have solar power. Here is manpower. The slide will not be able to show unless all of you will do that ting version. Okay, so let's try it. 1, 2, 3. Ting. Okay, it didn't because not all of you did it. So look at the person on your left and your right. Everyone must do it so that it can work. Okay? On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. Oh, it worked! Give yourselves a round of applause. So leverage number 1 is the company. And here I would like to really thank Avita. Company leverage, if business is what you are after, you already can leverage on a company that is Singapore based. For me, Singapore in itself is a brand. When you bring Singapore, when I first time I brought Avita into the Philippines, when I tell them it's a Singapore company, their reaction is wow, right? Because Singapore is synonymous with what? With quality, with integrity. And Singapore is one of the most, if not the most, a political and economically stable country in at least in this region or even in the world as well. So it brings a lot of leverage when you want to expand to countries like Taiwan or any other regions. When you talk about Avita, you're representing a Singapore company, it brings a lot of leverage. So we have to be proud of that. So Avita is a Singapore company, a Singapore brand established in 2007. It's in the preventive wellness and anti-aging solutions for a healthier life. We owe it really to our CEO, Ms. Lee Shang-yin, because as Avita was starting, she was already building the Avita brand in Singapore. So now we have about 9 countries and growing in the region. Of course, Singapore is the headquarter, but we have Philippines, Taiwan, Japan, Hong Kong, Thailand, Malaysia, Indonesia, Australia, totaling to a population of about 700 million ready markets to start your business. So it makes, remember, leverage is making things easier. We already have distribution centers in these countries. You don't need to worry about sending your Celagen to any of your friends among these countries. That's a big leverage. Okay, we just need to share it to them, and then there will be a system to be able to deliver the products to anywhere in these countries. Okay, again, building the brand, company leverage. Very grateful to Miss Lee that early on in 2007 and 2008, Avita was the principal sponsor to the Singapore National Day Parade. For those of you who are not aware, or for those of you who are outside Singapore, the Singapore National Day Parade is one of the biggest, if not the biggest event in the country. And only the big boys, the big companies are accepted to become principal sponsors. We are standing side by side with the brands like DBS, PUB, what have you, all this. And Avita stands proud representing or sponsoring this major event in Singapore. So again, this is a testament to the credibility and integrity of the company, something that we truly can leverage upon. And it continues. Singapore, Ms. Lee also brings prestige into the company by going to other exhibition centers. This one is last year in Hong Kong, and Celagen was awarded the top brand under anti-aging category among 50 participating brands. Give Celagen and Avita a round of applause. And even in China, we have an equivalent of FDA. We are the only foreign a supplement company that's awarded the China FDA approval. So we are now able to sell a Celogen in China as well. China is what population? 1 billion, right? Yeah, so there's a lot of opportunity for our friends over in China to enjoy Celogen as well. Okay, so we are also building our corporate social responsibility in AVITA by partnering with People's Association in various community efforts and activities that they have. We are always invited to work alongside with them. It's again another testament to AVITA's integrity and credibility that we can leverage upon. All right. So now we're going to number 2. What do we do? In 3, 2, 1. Ding. Okay, very good. So now we are leveraging on the product. If you are someone who's looking into a business to start with, what better way to start a business with already an existing product? I tell you, if you're going to develop a new product, it will take years for it to fly. But in AVITA, you just have to embark on the platform and you already have this set of products that are available for you to bring to the marketplace. Okay, today it's not a product talk. Ask the friend who invited you very exact details on each and every one of these products. But all these products are meant to create a better life to many people, and in so doing, a better world. Right? So I just want to tell you, to make an impression on you, that all these products that we have are meant to serve a bigger market or a bigger need. In particular, remember I said we are in the preventive and anti-aging market. The world aging population is becoming really a massive concern, not just for individuals or families, but even to the governments as well. You see a lot of initiatives from governments to help people become healthier, right? Because now, are people living shorter or longer? People are living longer. In the past, seldom you will hear people reaching 100, right? Now it's becoming common for people to reach 90s and 100. If you're going to retire in the age of 60 and you're going to leave Earth in 100 or 90 years, you still have a few decades of your life here on Earth. How do you want to spend that aging life of ours? Do you want to spend it in bed, sick, or in wheelchair? Of course not, right? We want to be as healthy as we can in our aging years, so that we are not, we will not be a burden to our family members and loved ones. And this aging population is pervasive, enduring, and it has a profound implication. In every problem, there's also an opportunity. So if we could solve the concerns of all this big market that is aging population, then we will be in good business. This is just a Singapore aging population for you to get a better grasp. 1 in 4 Singapore citizens will be aged 65 and above. I will not ask you here in this room who is 65 and above. But some of you are guilty here. Someone over there is raising his hand already. But it's becoming more and more prevalent. I live in Sengkang. Recently, over the last few months, they are doing a lot of road widening for the sidewalks now. They said it's to accommodate more space for bicycle and all that. But I feel there's also a lot of people on wheelchair nowadays, and therefore they need a wider pathway to accommodate this more and more people using wheelchair or other mobile devices to move around. So I think that's also one of the purpose and intention in doing that. All right. So all this aging population will have what? Will have health concerns. Would you agree with me on that? Some of the health concerns here will be heart disease, cancer, chronic and lung disease, stroke, Alzheimer's, diabetes, chronic kidney diseases. How many of you here have friends or family members suffering from either one or multiple of these issues? right? Many of us. It's becoming more and more common in the 60s. But the population is not just aging, but the population is aging earlier. That means people who are even on their 30s and in the 40s already suffering from this. Again, how many of you know of people 30s, 40s, 50s already have these chronic diseases? Yes, a lot. Sir Jack also, huh? Nowadays, people are having these concerns that used to be a concern only for our grandparents. Again, it's a sad situation, but it's also an opportunity for our Avita products to help this wider group of people. And the bigger the problem you solve, the bigger the company you will have. Would you agree with me on that? Can we all read together again? The bigger you're the company you have. Okay, because business really the purpose is to help people solve their problems. If we have products that can help solve the health issues or problems of the people, then we are in business. And if it's a big market to cover, then we will can have a possibility of a big business as well. Okay, so Celergen is one of the star products of Avita. It's from Switzerland, the world's first marine cell therapy supplement in the world. It's been in the market since 2009. So it's how many years now? 15 years since the launch of Celogen. Worries. If you are just starting on Celogen or if you are just starting to market Celogen, you have a good base of 15 years of product stability and so many hundreds, if not millions of testimonials that you can leverage upon. Again, if business is the one you're after, then what a fantastic way to start a business that has a proven and tested product already. We have so many people who have benefited from it. Again, as I've mentioned, today I won't be able to tell you each and every one about it, but and we have doctors who have talked about it for in the Philippines and other countries for many, many years. But tomorrow, if you are privileged enough to be at home, you can hear from one of our leaders in Avita, Platinum Director Ho Ikid, who's going to talk primarily about Celogen only. It's going to be via Zoom. You can also ask from the friend who invited you how you can get access to this. So tomorrow night, it's all about Celogen, the nitty-gritty details about Celogen, its ingredients and all that. And if you are in the Philippines, for those of our friends in the Philippines on Saturday, okay, on Saturday, Dr. Kimi, one of our youngest entrepreneur, Avita entrepreneur in the Philippines, face-to-face in the office, Avita Philippine office is going to conduct a talk about a Celogen as well as the business opportunity behind it. So if you live in Manila, for those of you who are in Zoom right now, or if you have friends in Manila, for those of you who are here in Singapore, invite them to come to Avita office and listen to Dr. Carmina or Kimi Austria to talk about Celogen. Okay, so now we are on the third one. Can we all do that together? 3, 2, 1. Ping. Now 1, 2, 3, ping. The energy is starting to come down. System. Remember earlier I said if we're going, when I did my business, I don't have any system to leverage upon. I built or invented everything in all those businesses. So in Avita, our system is based on this learn, do, teach, duplicate principle, without which we're not able to expand. You know, it's like how many of you know McDonald's? Right? Do you know that McDonald's had a McDonald University? If McDonald's only want to build one shop, they don't need to have that system in place. But because they wanted to expand to other countries, they need a system. And McDonald's them for them to be able to duplicate, if not multiplicate or multiply the branches in many, many different areas. Same with Avita as well. If you only want to do by yourself, satu orang, only one person, no system na. Do whatever you want to do. Sing and dance also can. But if you want to build networks, if you want to build teams in Singapore and beyond Singapore, then you have no choice but to have a system. And if you're going to already have a system available for you, even better. And that's what I appreciated in AVITA. The education system, we have a number of them that's already established and we've been doing it for many, many years. Business opportunity presentation is the one you're attending right now. We do it physically, also online and in many different parts of the world. We have ELS or Entrepreneur Leap Seminar. I'm going to talk about it in a short while, as well as other training in our curriculum. Okay, Soaring Eagles is also one of them. I'm going to talk about it shortly as well. So, yeah, it's this system that I have leveraged upon to build my network. And like what I said, the expansion of your network, out a system, and it's system 15 years or so. Okay, and it's also this system personal development and transformation on many of us. It has allowed a chief financial officer like Chuling to become a chief trainer in AVITA, or somebody like DP Tengiso, from a person who doesn't have much confidence to now one of the biggest leaders in AVITA and a trainer as well to many, a trainer among trainers. So give them a round of applause. They are just two stories. Later on, you will hear a lot of personal transformations in many different shapes and sizes among every one of us here in AVITA. It's inevitable, actually. When you build a team and you build it big, it's inevitable for you to grow and learn. No, because you really will expand yourself in many different directions as you grow your network. Okay, and talking about ELS, we have an upcoming ELS on 1st of June. It's just a few days from now. So ELS is one of the most powerful business presentation we have in AVITA, in addition to BOP, of course. Here we spent a little bit more time compared to tonight. It's a half-day course. And on 1st of June, it's led by our Pearl Ambassador, Alvin Yong over there. Can you stand up, Alvin, and be recognized? He's going. Together with him, we have Diamond President Wendy Kwong, another powerful leader in AVITA, and hosted by Challenging Platinum Director Veronica Chu. ELS will make you appreciate and understand better the network marketing as an industry and also AVITA as a company. So this powerful business course is for you, especially for those of you who are new, is for you to leverage upon, for you to know it, to know the company better and the industry better, but also for you to bring your own teams to help you inform them. Okay, it's going to be hybrid as well, right? Or yeah, it's going to be a physical one, but also we're going to have online as well. Check with a friend who've invited you more on how you can register for ELS. The next one is Soaring Eagle. I'd like to talk a little bit more about this because recently, how many of you were here in Soaring Eagle last weekend? We actually did it exactly here. Where you are sitting right now. It's a 2-day course. It's a highly transformative course. It's a fun course, but also very meaningful. And it involves, it's an experiential learning. Okay, so it's a leadership training and a personal development training as well. So if growth and development is what you are after, then really sign up for Soaring Eagle. One of the biggest takeaway I have is meeting this fantastic person, Chris Kong from Malaysia. She's an end-stage renal failure. Before she was helped by Celagen, you can get these testimonials from your friend as well. She was helped tremendously by Celagen in terms of energy and vitality during her hemodialysis treatments. And before the Soaring Eagle, she was very, she's going through a lot of treatments, and many of us thought she won't be able to attend anymore. Traveling from Malaysia is not that easy whenever, especially when you're sick. And all of us are okay. Like, it's okay. You don't attend. But not Chris Kong. Chris is determined. She herself said, no, I want to be there. I want to have that personal transformation. I want to be there in Singapore. And after she got the doctor's clearance, she flew quickly, take a flight by herself, huh? No assistance, by herself, took a flight here in Singapore, and not just attended, but participated in all the activities of the Soaring Eagle. And we asked her, why do you bother, You don't attend, you can just stay there in Malaysia, but why bother? Chris was saying she really wanted to help her husband, who's also sick with cancer, to become a platinum director in AVITA. She wants to support the husband to succeed in AVITA and have a passive income for the future, for whatever will happen to her or to their family. So give Chris a round of applause. I am really humbled by her tenacity and her sheer determination. Because sometimes we don't, a little bit headache here, pain here, we don't want to do things. But Chris has shown all of us, inspired all of us, that nothing can stop you. Provided you put your mind into it and you really wanted something. So for me, she's an embodiment of I am possible. Are you possible? Can we all say I am possible? Very good. So if you are possible, then come with us. Join us for the next Soaring Eagle on September 7 and 8. It's going to be at Turi Beach Resort in Batam, Indonesia. I know Jack Wong just bought his ticket. Give himself a round of applause. He bought it a few minutes ago, just before the talk. Today is the deadline. Why? Because actually you can still sign up later, but today is the early bird deadline where you will get to have free Celagen when you sign up for this course, and the value of the free Celagen is $523. So if you notice, the twin sharing is $600, including course fee, including hotel accommodation, 2 nights, 3 days, including makan, meals to cover for those 3 days, and it's almost free. Right, so it's a no-brainer actually. So I will encourage all of you to really sign up before you leave for tonight. It's you would not regret it. Okay. So now we're going down to the fourth one. Okay, can we do 3, 2, 1? Ding! Now it's because it's income. Suddenly it's loud. The other aspect of AVITA business that I truly appreciate is the income. What do I mean by that? Your income is determined by your positioning in AVITA. So we have a compensation plan, but we have 7 rankings in AVITA, starting from VIP to Silver Associate, Gold Associate, Platinum Director, Diamond President, Pearl Ambassador, and Crown Ambassador. In a short term, your aim should be to become a Platinum Director. But how to get started? Start as a Gold Associate. That's the business startup. Why? Because it's the position closest to the Platinum Director. It's also the position that will allow you a maximum percentage of commission or income. Remember, we're talking about income leverage. That's why earlier we were talking to Jack about his Platinum Director journey, but start with Gold Associate. Okay, so later on, you can ask your friend, how do I get started in the Gold Associate position? Okay, and depending on your positioning will also depend the amount of income that you have. These are some of the checks that our associates have received for a month, for 1 month. And the highest actually, Sir Jack, is a Filipina. The one in the center, 3 million pesos in 1 month. Gini Uy. So it's possible. So, but it depends on what position you are in for you to gain the maximum advantage on our income. And for us, what does this income mean? It's the freedom to pursue our passions in life. Money is very important, but you know what I appreciate about in Avita is the ability for the financial freedom to achieve the different pursuits we have in life. And I just want to share with you some of these stories. We have our Pearl Ambassador Alvin Yong. You have met him earlier on. He's a social entrepreneur and he's passionate about helping other people. This is one of his passions, or children in Africa. He supports how many hundreds now, Alvin? 200 over children in Kenya, in Africa. And these are abandoned children, orphans in Kenya, in children gardens home. You could also partake to become a sponsor as well in this particular endeavor. So for Alvin, Avita allowed him to fulfill that passion in him to serve the poor. So Avita can mean many different things to many people. If you're after pursuing that particular passion, probably you can entertain the thought of using your Avita enterprise for you to pursue social enterprises or other means of helping those in need. Okay. It could also be a means for you to enjoy grandparenting. These are our leaders in Perth, Diamond President Pauline Lim and Uncle Tony. Grandparenting in Perth, you know, being able to be healthy for the grandchildren, but at the same time, not being dependent on their children financially as well. Or it could be like DP Shuling. DP Shuling also loves to go for medical missions. This is in, where's this, Laos? A very poor community in Laos, together with some of our associates as well. She will bring, I think Kat was also there last time. She will bring associates to do meridian therapy and medical missions in the poor community in Laos, and even in, where's the other part? Nepal as well. So for DP Shuling, the Avita enterprise is allowing her the time and financial freedom to help the poorest of the poor in many different countries. Or it could be a time for you, you want to spend time with your children, like our DP Chongpeng, traveling the world, around the world with his son before the son go for NS. So Avita has also allowed him to enjoy that precious moment with his son. Or it could be travels, like I know our DP Tengi so here, as well as many of us, is if traveling is what you are passionate about, definitely as you build this business, you will get to travel. We also get to enjoy a company-sponsored travels as well through our Avita voyages. So if traveling is what you're after, you're in the right platform. Or just hanging out and spending time with your friends, especially those who are empty nesters. No? Suddenly you don't have children at home, you don't have anything to do at home. You have a big community here, fellow associates who can do things together and enjoy doing fun things together as well. I'd like to highlight one of my team members, the husband of Dr. Diona, Platinum Director Rainier. The Avita Enterprise have allowed him to fulfill the dream of his father to build a house for his father and also buy a car as well. This is in Iloilo in the Philippines. Okay, so how about you? What's your dream? What is it that you want to pursue in life? Maybe not just for yourself, but for your families, or it could be something that you are passionate about, but probably doesn't have time to do it because of work, or maybe do not have the money or the means to be able to do it. So I want you to get hold of all those dreams again, and perhaps invite you to explore the possibilities of going to your dreams again and see it into fruition through the Avita platform, just like how it did to many of us here. later on we're going to have a breakout discussion or a group discussion, you can ask more from them about how they're able to achieve these dreams as well. Okay, so finally, we are now down to the last leverage. Can we all do? But I want to see more energy from you in 3, 2, 1. Team, very good. It's the team leverage. I really appreciate this part of the aspect of the business of Avita because it's not anymore just dependent on me, unlike my traditional business, right? Doing the business in Avita becomes very meaningful because I can really, I have other people depend on me on my uplines, my sidelines, and together with my downlines. So it has become really inevitable because we have big endeavors, we have big events, and we always involve many different people to create that event. This is Soaring Eagle in Palawan. We did it in El Nido in Palawan last year. We have many other events and trainings that will need leaders to be able to be a part of. So the growth and development is there. The team leverage is there. We have product experiences, not just in Singapore, but in many other countries. And we always like doing things together. Even if it's a workshop, product experience, or any other activities that we have in Avita, it's always involving a lot of different leaders working together and having that synergy and building the relationship with one another. So there's never a lonely journey. Remember, sometimes they said it's lonely at the top. It's never true in Avita. It's always joyful at the top. There are a lot of people. You're surrounded by a lot of people all the time. And I'm very proud to say that it's this team leverage that have allowed myself and together with my dear partner, Diamond President Tengiso, to make Philippines one of Avita's fastest growing market outside Singapore. Give us a round of applause. Many of them are in Zoom. I can see a lot of them are in Zoom right now joining us. You know, give yourselves a round of applause as well to our Zoom participants. Many of them are from the Philippines. And we are continually going stronger in the Philippines. And we hope that this energy will spread around into Cambodia, Indonesia, and many other countries in the region. All right, so team leverage. You know, there's a saying that it takes a village to raise a child, right? In Avita, it's the same. It takes a village to raise a leader. It takes an Avita village to raise Avita leaders. And these are, you know, one of the events we have where we have the Platinum Director Awards. How many of you here would like to become a platinum director and be awarded as well? So make that your goal. Remember earlier I said platinum director is a short-term goal. Some of this or many of these platinum directors are now in their next step towards diamond presidency. So they're also building future platinum directors in their team. And talking about future leaders, I would like to invite one of our new associates here, Chua Mei-ling. Come on, give Mei-ling a round of applause. So Mei-ling is one of our new challenging platinum director. So she's aiming to become one of those in the picture. So Mei-ling, you have seen the 5, I've discussed about the 5 leverages here in Avita. Share with us which one of these 5 resonated with you the most and why?
Hi everybody, I'm Mei-ling. I love all 5, right?
I know you also love
yeah,
5.
that's right. That's how we can soar. That's how we can soar because of all these 5, right? Company, right? The company established, and then when you're out there, you're talking about all the 9 countries and more, right? So it's very easy to connect your friends that's all overseas. And then we have product. It's unique, Okay, it's unique. As compared to what's out there in the market, supplements are really it's mass market, right? But what you really want is something that's really competitive, something unique, right? And this is what we have. Be it the cellular therapy or be it Meridian, the TCM Meridian, that's something that we really have very unique and has attracted a lot of people. Okay. And what else? System. Okay, how I can
You
even
don't need to just choose one.
choose one.
Which-
Finish. Okay,
Oh, I think you chose two already, huh?
Yes.
Later on, you can share more about. Yeah, I agree with that. Uniqueness in the product is very, very important, like what she said. Otherwise, you lose that competitive advantage. Huh? Very good. So now I know you are a challenging platinum director.
Yeah.
Share with us your vision moving forward, Maylin.
Vision.
What are your plans? What are you doing now in terms of your Avita business?
Vision. My vision. I want
Complete your challenge.
complete my challenge. Yes, by July.
Yeah.
My challenge is by July. Yep. So because for the same effort I'm doing, right? Why not join the PD, right? So my PD's here and double and triple your income, right?
Very good. So we have some friends here who doesn't know Avita much yet. Maybe
Really?
encourage them a little bit. What would advice can you give to them, Mei-Ling?
Who doesn't know about AVITA here? Advice, right. I would think work closely with the team and really leverage on the system because that's how you can engage with so many of these partners and move very much faster.
Very good. Very well said. Give Mei-Ling a round of applause. Thank you, Mei-Ling. And wish you all the best for your challenge, huh? Very good. And another one that I would like to invite is one of our newest Gold Associate as well. She positions herself as a business startup position, a Gold Associate. Can we call it Kelly Lynn? Hi, Kelly. I'm very inspired with Kelly because early on in her Avita business journey, she's volunteering to become MC, trying to learn. I know this is the kind of person who's like a sponge, who wants to absorb and learn as much as he can, not just learn, but to do it. So share with us. I know all you like also everything, right?
All of
Is there
you.
any one, just one that resonated with you the most and why?
Yeah, I think you're my reader. Yes, all of the above. Do you have 20 minutes to talk about each one? Okay, so if I were to pick one, I would have to choose number 3, system. The reason why is because I tend to be quite erratic in my thoughts. Sometimes I think I'm schizo, but I don't. You're safe in the stage with me. So with system, I feel like when you join a Avita business, we have a lot of comprehensive training and support system. And I totally saw it through Soaring Eagles, which really shook to the core of my heart. And I really thank Avita for having such, fantastic systems that we can all just punctuate ourselves into. And yeah, so I guess.
Yeah, very well said. Especially for someone who doesn't have any experience in the business, a system will really help you propel your business quickly as well. All right, so Kelly, now you're a GA, right? You've positioned yourself and started as a GA. What are you doing now? What are you working together with your upline mentor?
So we are working towards my goal, which is PD by Chinese New Year. I don't know why I said Chinese New Year is so random, but yeah, I guess let's just roll with it. Chinese New Year.
You have a goal towards platinum director.
Yeah, and actually one thing that is really resonant with me is personal development. It's something that I've always emphasized on. And yeah, so I feel like in my journey towards that level, I would see changes in myself. I think the biggest growth and spurt of growth I've ever seen in myself happened when I was 20 years old. And it was the biggest hurdle I've ever crossed and the biggest transformation I saw when I was 20, which was just a few years ago. Nayu?
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. And so I told myself,
in AVITA, I would see my second biggest transformation.
Yeah.
And that would be my metamorphosis.
Yeah, very good. So now, before I let you go, what advice can you give to our new friends joining us in AVITA?
Yeah, sure. So, in my humble opinion, I think we look back in our lives, there will be a few pivotal moments where if we say yes to the opportunity, it takes us to a different trajectory, right? If we say no to that, it will be like straight line or probably plunging down. So I feel like today could be your day, right? Today could be that momentous yes, and your life will start going upwards in a positive trajectory. So I hope 23rd May 2024 is your day to remember.
Well said. Thank you so much. Give Kelly a round of applause. You can bring it back. Well done. Well done. I like that what you said. Today could be that momentous moment for you that would change the trajectory of your life. Remember my first slide? 2012 was that momentous year for me. So probably to many of you, 2024 and particularly May 2024 could just be that time where you will change the trajectory of your life. All right, so we started with this. I would like to end with this as well. We started with leverage. And today, we changed the load to become, our dreams. What are these dreams? It could be a health through the products we have in AVITA, or a wealth platform that you are looking after. It could be a lifestyle or a certain pursuit in life that you are passionate about. Or like what Kelly said, it could be a personal development that you wanted to do at wherever you are in life right now. And you could probably use AVITA to support these dreams and aspirations that you have through its company product system, income, and team. And putting the fulcrum is very crucial, huh? That's your GA associate position. Positioning is very important in AVITA. And the force that you need to apply, well, all you need to do is to just jump. Jump on the wagon, jump on the platform, make use of the existing AVITA infrastructure. And before you know it, you're harnessing AVITA, power of leverage to lift your dreams to reality. So with that, I thank you all for your time. And I invite back our MC to lead you into a group discussion.
Thank you. No, one second. You don't want to shake my hand?
I hug you some more.
Thank you, dear President Gina. Please, one more round of applause for Gina. Okay, it's very interesting. This is the second time I heard this, and every time when you hear again a presentation by Gina, it gives you a different perspective altogether. I'm losing my voice. Okay, we're going to have a discussion, a 30 minutes discussion. So we're going to break into two groups. One group here will be led by Jenny, right? Jennifer? Jennifer, who told me she's Jenny? Jennifer, and then the other group will be led by Catherine. Okay, so shall we now break it into a room? We'll come back at 9 o'clock. Okay, and shall we do a room first? Shall we just do a circle? And Zoom, sorry, Zoom. Goodbye. So Zoom, there is no breakout room. So we say thank you very much for joining us. Thank you very much for joining us. Yeah. Bye. Bye. Okay. Okay, our time is 8:40. We'll come back in 15 minutes time. Kat, you're leading this one? Yeah. Okay, the topic is which leverage aspect of AVITA resonated with you the most and why? So that the company, product, system, income, or team. So which one? Okay? 15 minutes from now. Thank you.